Hello everyone. So we are back to the case study today. So we're going to check about SSH configuration. How we going to automate this? So we have two part. First part belong to the etc/SSH and second part belong to the home directory specific to the user. So in this section we're going to see the first part if we're going to change whether it's working or not. So we are going to see the etc ssh file. We have something called ssh configuration file. So let's understand what is the content do we have inside this. So we have etc ssh, then go for ssh config file, syntax config file. So I can see we have these are the configuration stuff, these are the commented out. What are the uncommented? I can see cipher is already uncommented. Any of this cipher belong, it will work. So this is there as well as this is there, so I'm not worried about this too much. Then we have host known, yes, and the other authentication is yes. So let's create. So I'm going to use vi editor. So there's sudo, use the sudo command, vim editor, and then follow the path that is called etc that ssh then ssh config file. Okay. So pass your credential. So we have cipher. I'm not going to change anything into the cipher. I'm going to come back down at the bottom. I will trigger insert and then I'm going to add it. So before add it, I will give my comments. What I want to do. So I'm going to comment this is for automation testing. So this is a good practice. You always comment out so that what you are doing that's supposed to you also going to refer. Okay, now I'm going to uncomment and give the command. So syntax is called host. Okay, and let me follow the syntax exactly. You should not. So host and then IP, then key algorithm you supposed to copy and write. So I'm going to copy this. I'm not going to use the cipher. Okay, so I'm going to paste this over here. So what do you mean by this? Let's understand that's a wildcard. I will teach you later. I'm going to use only one host and we will test for one host, and key algorithm I copy paste so that there is no spelling mistake supposed to be happened. Okay, I copy pasted. So let's go give enter so that it's going to become here. Now I'm going to escape, come out the insert mode, then you do right quit and the previous well-known position. Let's check it out, the configuration file, whether it's edited or not. So I can see for the switch one I have edited host name. Okay, by this let's do the I'm going to do what? I'm going to do SSH directory to the 33. Let's see what going to happen. Excellent. This way we are able to bypass all the things. Can you see? Everyone, guys, comfortable?
Yes.
Yes, means this is for everyone. So I'm going to use for 34. What going to be happened? They will give the error. So I have to edit my VI editor Vim. So how I'm going to do? Again I'm going to do VI editor. This time only one IP file was there. Oh, leave it here.
I should try 36. Because I think for 33, 34 we have already done the
No,
SSH.
only one
Try
host
30.
I have added. I
No.
will use the wildcard and I will show you how to do this. Okay. Only one host I have added right now. That's
Mm.
why. So I'm
Okay.
going to use wildcard and I want to show you what is the wildcard. The VI editor. Where's the VI editor? Leave it here. I'm going to type this instead of. So we have sudo vim editor that etc ssh, go to the ssh config file. Okay, and I'm going to add it again. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go insert. Okay, and instead of giving each and every host name, I'm going to give that is a question mark. What do you mean by question mark? This says that so first word will be 33. After that, any number you use means 31, 32, 33, 34, 35 till 39. Any number you use, it's going to work. It's a valid for all the hosts. Okay, let's check it out. It's working or not. Okay, so I'm going to save this. I'm going to escape. Right, quit, and VRC. This is 34. I'm able to do or not? You can see, great. I'm able to generate this. Right, guys? We are on switch 2. Let's see for switch 3, 35. Let's do. Uh, you can see you can do for all the switches now. Awesome or not, guys? Are you guys understanding or not? Now, if I go for switch 4, 36, you can see all the IP. So working fine. But what about 49? I want to do for 49. I'm able to do or not? Anyone? Tell me.
No, it won't work because we have not defined this. And
Yes, it's not working. Let me check it out. I'm going to do for 49. It's not defined in SSS database. Let me change this database. So I'm going to change the database again, the configuration file. This time I will add one more host. So go for insert mode. And I'm going to give a space and give another host 172.16.31. You can do multiple way, guys. You can do multiple way. I have done. Let's see it's working or not. So I'm going to escape this, write this, quit, then let's see what the 49 able to do or not. Excellent, I'm able to do. So you can do this entry level any more way. So are you guys
Ashok bhai,
understand here what
yes, Ashok.
happened?
Ashok
Yeah.
bhai, how you move to insert mode? You have to type insert over there, or is there any?
Okay, how to go insert mode? Just type I. Just
Okay,
click I. It will go into the insert mode.
okay.
Okay. Okay. Any question till here, guys? And how to come out from insert mode? Press escape button. You will come out the insert mode. Then you can column right. First you do right, then you do quit. Otherwise,
Yes.
it will not going to save because we saw that challenge in last class. Okay, go to next. If I don't want to do this, then what is the next for user specific? Right, Nikhil? Should I move
Actually,
to the next case?
yeah, one more test. Can we go back to the configuration file? Go
Ah,
to Vim and open
great.
that.
So, guys, explore yourself because this is the place where we have real rack and we will see the real environment. So, I'm going to do LSL. So, he want to see some file, right? I should remove
No,
this file.
no. We go just Vim that file
Okay, you
again.
want this file. I'm going to use more keyword. Okay, yes.
So what I was saying is, if you look at this file right on
Yeah.
top, scroll up.
Okay, on top, yes.
So there is host star already mentioned there, right? So I was wondering if you go back and edit that file, comment your host content, which is 172.16 something, just comment it. Since we already have host star on top of it, I want to see if it allows you
Yes, yes, right. Okay, guys, everyone, this is a very good point. As this is uncommented because though I did not use this way and I missed this keyword. Okay, thank you, Nikhil. So he want to ask those. I don't want to declare any host. I'm not worried about host. I want to edit this. So excellent example. Let's do this. I'm going to do insert over here. I'm going to press I. It's going to come insert. And for testing purpose, I'm not going to remove. I will comment out so that this is a very good example. And then I'm going to keep this key and let's do right, Nikhil. You are expecting same thing?
Yeah.
Yes. A very good example. Excellent. Okay, let's see. We have only key algorithm exchange, and this time what going to happen? I'm going to. It's supposed to work. Oh wow, wonderful. Yes, so walking means no need to. So we have better management over here, but in the configuration other part you will see you have to highlight each and everything is specific for the user. Okay, so should we move for the next case, whether we have to create the host cipher, even the key also? What do you say?
Yeah.
This is a
Let's
very good
do that.
example.
And
I still have one question.
Yes.
Okay, so since we have not defined any individual host here, we just at the top we found host and the wildcard mask. So like where the host exactly defined, like what like host name, where it, because here
Okay.
only the
Okay.
so like
So
it
like
is an
that,
unseen one
yes.
or
Yes, I got it. Your point. See here. I told you if I go to the case study means we have how many component of this file? We have key exchange component. We have host component. We have cipher component. We have three component. Okay. So in this case, as Nikhil say that there is already we have etc SSS file in that. This file by default they have host component. So as I have used the wildcard here, question mark. So they use the wildcard star. Star means all, everything.
okay. Okay,
Star
so
means
suppose
all and everything. Whatsoever IP you will give,
right.
whatsoever host name you
Okay,
will give.
understand. Yes, understood.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Okay.
this is
Yeah,
one
understood.
component which is already there,
Yeah.
and this third component which is already. So we have passed
Yes.
with them.
Yes, understood. Yes.
So everyone, you are in the same page, you understand this, how we are using. So we are moving to the next component, which is a little, so I'm going to remove this component. Okay, and we see the challenge from the host, if I'm going to do, if I'm not going to this algorithm. So what are the things we have to do? So I'm going to just edit this file and comment out. So I for insert, then I will go here and the comment out. Okay, this is for temporary purpose. I'm commenting out so that I can do the second case study. Okay, which is under the home directory. You have to specifically, you can create this. Guys, you can't create this file if you don't have sudo privilege. You need the sudo privilege to modify this. This is the root, under the root is coming. Okay, once you are able to change this file, means administrator will change this file, then you are able to enjoy this, right, everyone? Okay, so let's see another case study. I'm going to escape from insert mode, then right, quit, and this. So there is something called not etc home file. I'm going on home file. Let me remove this. Let me remove this. This is the
Ashutosh, can
most
we?
so
I was just saying, can you do SSH to one of the hosts and see if we are getting an error message again?
okay, let's see that. Yes, of course we will get that error. You can see that there. Okay,
Cool.
okay, let's see if I want to do just check the configuration file here. So ls l and then home directory I have to go. I'm going to home directory. You can see this is a TTL symbol is saying that not a root, not etc. I'm in home directory dot ssh, that called dot ssh. We have three files, we don't have configuration file, so I will go to into this directory. So home directory, this is specific for user. If you see, this is a dot file, this is specific for user. So I'm inside this. If you see pwd, I can see that home directory student, then inside that dot ss. So this is specific for this student user. Okay, now come to this file. Inside that I'm going to create one file. So make directory, no, make let's touch one config file, touch config, the name is config, just touch config. Okay, otherwise I will not use touch, I will use the cat command, so that I can create this cat and I will redirect this as called config. So it will give me the tapping. So I will type the host. So this time I'm going to do host. Then let's see the what exact syntax. Syntax is very important. So what I'm going to do, host space, and I will use star. Okay, the same style I'm going to use. Then the algorithm, I want to copy this, I don't want to do any mistakes over there. So let me copy this line. So exact copy, and I have to give the cipher also. So I copy and then paste it. Okay guys, so this is done, and this is the config file, it's created. Now I'm going to do control Z. Here let's see what file created there. Do we have created file or not? So instead of that I want to check this lsl, so I can see this config file is created. I want to see the content cat config. So the content is this. Okay, so we have host, we have cipher key. Let's do the ssh. I'm going to come out from here. How we have to come out? I'm in right now in the different category. I'm right now in different category. Now, sorry, different path. I will use cd. Now I'm in home directory. From here I'm going to use ssh to this file. Let's see it's working or not. Now it's start working. So you can see due to this file, or you can run the ssh. So by default they are running with the affidavits and this. Clear? So you saw this is for specific for users. You can configure this, or you can keep this is for entire for. You can do both the method. Either you can disable this or you can enable this. So both the method we can do this. Comfortable guys? So here by SSH, by your host name and the username, we can easily automate this. We'll see in next upcoming classes how we can automate this. So I'm going to stop recording over here. If you have any question, you can ask me before stop the recording. Yes, Nikhil. Sagar, if you want to highlight something or you want to understand the file structures.
From my side, I'm comfortable with this. I mean, the so there's an idea behind it, right?
Yes.
When you configure, so let's assume Ashutosh is an administrator on your Ansible core host, and all of us are basically just a user on the host. We don't even have sudo or root permission on the Ansible, right? And
Yes,
you are trying
you
to do
can't
an
change
SSH.
the etc SSH file, right? We have done here.
Right. And in that case, the only option we being as a user is to basically have our config file sitting in an SSH share or SSH directory, because it is going to use that as a primary configuration setup whenever it does an SSH using our user account.
In the root directory, right?
Yes,
No,
absolutely right, you are, Nikhil. Yeah. Means as a organization, the system admin, every you know that even though if you have system, I can't update, I can't install anything in my system. We need administrator. We have to contact the system administrator. But as a user specific level, you want to do, you can troubleshoot on your specific level. You can create your own SSH file because you have root access, not root access, means you have complete the right access of your user, your credential. Okay. So in that scenario, you can run the Ansible, you can do whatsoever you want to do in the configuration. Because if this is done on this root, it's going to be entire free for all the user in your system. Whoever they're going to log into the system, according to their user, they need their credential. What do you say? So Nikhil is explained in the simple word. Yes, Nikhil, this is 100% right. Yes, Sagar, Jitendra, and
Yes,
Naval.
Santosh.
If you have any question, you can ask me because now I'm going to automate my rack. We are going to do the ad hoc command. We are going to run the ad hoc command on the rack.
So, Ashibhai, so here we have only one user student. So inside student, we have created this SSH file, and because now we have given this host star config under this student, so only if consider there are more than one users, then other will not able to uh, do the SSH.
Yes, right. Because you have this configuration file within the XYG user. So XYG user only capable to do this. Okay, other user they need to do, or you want to do administrative, what's the first case study, then you are good to go for with all the users in spite of whosoever.
Yeah, yeah, got it.
Okay, so I'm going to stop the recording part over here, and I will see you in next class to integrate ad hoc command to the my rack, and we will see the output. Bye bye, see you in next class.